I noticed you didn't set up your master page correctly and you didn't put the content to the about page. So what you want to do is you want to click on the plus sign here and you want to name this about, and all your content that you have over here on the left hand side is going to go to there. But we want to set up the master page, and really what we want to do is we want to take your logo and this blue box. Most likely we'll keep that text separate. And you have a footer, you have a footer down here, so let's do a header first. So I'm going to cut this out. Okay, I'm going to go to the master page. I'm going to just do a edit, paste in place. And then what I got to do here is I need to make sure that this graphic is in the page. See, if you put it over here, you actually will have this logo cut off and you will not see it. So you see this guide here, that's a page guide. So that means the browser, that's where you're going to see it. So you need to move this logo over to where the guides start. Okay. If not, what will happen is they'll just be cut off. Okay. Then what you want to do, I'd probably I mean I don't know if you want that part of the logo go outside that, or do you want to increase the blue to come down on that? That's up to you. Then what you want to do is you want to drag this header ruler guide down to the bottom of the box, so that way anything above that is your header. Now let's go to our footer. Let me take our home. See, now when we do this, see how it automatically places it in for us. So now I'm going to cut out the footer section. Go back to the master page. I'm going to paste it, move it down to the bottom. Now I'm going to right click. If you're on a Mac, control click, choose footer item. And then you got to make sure that makes it appear at the bottom. And you got to drag this footer guide up so it's at the top of that. Okay, I don't have certain fonts installed, so that's why it comes out with highlights in orange like that. So, on the Macly is going to appear like that on every page. So when I go in, okay, so when we do this then what we're going to do is with the about page, I'm going to open that up. So I'm going to go to here and let's cut. I'm going to cut this out, your heading here. I'm going to paste it and I'm going to put it in here where I assume you want it up here in the blue area. But I could be wrong. You could make adjustments. And then what I want to do is I want to come down here into your home page and I'm going to take all this other information. Okay, those text boxes, I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to go to the about page. I'm going to paste it in here. Now, with that said, a couple things you want to do here. Again, I don't know if I have the right fonts installed, so don't think about fonts. I really have to see your URL to really know if you have the right choice of fonts. I tried to install some fonts to see if that's the right one, but one thing you definitely want to do is your bullets down here. You want to delete these hyphens. Okay, then you want to reselect and you want to click on the bullet button to actually put in bullets. So anywhere you have the hyphens, you want to delete those because you have to create a hanging indent. When you have bullets, you have to have hanging indents. And if you go to any graphic design class, your instructor is going to get on you if you don't put those hanging indents in correctly. So what we're doing is we're just going in and deleting those hyphens and putting in the bullets. Now the flow of this, what I would suggest doing is using column guides, and that's going to definitely help you out in the long run. So it looks like you're doing two columns, and yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, I would probably suggest then I would go back to the main thumbnails page. I'd right click on the about page. If you're on a Mac, control click, page properties. I'm going to do 4 column guides. And when I come back here, it automatically, just like it's the same thing you do in Illustrator and InDesign, adding column guides. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to resize this first section to go to the 2 columns. I'm going to move this over and have it go to 2 columns. Then I'm going to move this up, and it's going to be the second and third column. and resize it, put it in exactly. So I'm going to resize things accordingly, to get this in where I want to. And you might want to think about with skills, instead of going in and using text to list it out, um, you might want to put in icons instead. A lot of times you'll see it with graphic designers, what they'll do is they'll put in they might use, for example, a bar chart to indicate their skills, their process, so that they think what the percentage of what they know about that skill, that Photoshop, Illustrator. That'd be a nice visual to add, for that. Some people do it a little bit differently. Here's little circles here. I, if you do a search on graphic design portfolio website skills and go to graphics, you'll find some examples that might help you out in the long run. So I've definitely add style guides to this, or column guides. Definitely will help you out in that.